to show you how to make a patch with one of the applique designs that we purchased in the group. If you got that set of applique designs, doesn't matter if you got one or you bought the multi-pack, you can make a patch with those. All right, this quick video is to show you how to make a patch using applique design. If you purchase one off Etsy or somewhere else and it's in one of the shapes, you can easily make those into patches. All right, so I'm going to use some applique fabric, Heat and Bond Light. This is going to go on here to make sure it adheres to the background that I'm using. This is my fabric I'm using for my background. Applique scissors, seam ripper, fray check, your thread, and regular scissors if you need it. I'm going to be using it to cut my fabric, and an iron. All right, let's get started. First things first, I'm going to take my scissors and cut a piece. All right, I'm just going to hook that real quick. I am using the NQ 1700, but I do a lot of patches on my PE 800 this exact same way. All right. My main piece right here is hooked, and we're going to the machine. All right, for demonstration purposes, I am going to switch out of my black because my background is black and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, so I have to switch back and forth with my threads. I'm using this cone here from there. I'm using a white so you can see. It says it's 8 minutes for this particular one. I chose the oval, and I just put my my signature, which is my logo, for the design. I will do a quick video on An Embroidery to show you how I added that, just in case someone needs that. I also went ahead and ironed some Heat and Bond Light to the back of my applique piece. So that'll save this video a little time on that one. I'm going to place my hoop on the machine. All right, and then I'm going to start with the first step, and this is just my placement stitch. Let me shut this down. All right, that's just your placement stitch. Now I'm going to take my applique piece. And actually for this piece, I'm going to make it black so I can see very well what I'm doing. And you can also see as well. Alright, so now I'm going to place down the applique piece and start step 2. Step 2 gave me my applique piece, and now I need to just use my applique scissors and go around that edge. All right. Normally I do this in my lab. Hopefully I won't cut the stitches, do it on the table. Try not to cut your stitches. Get as close as you can. Yeah, I'm going to need to switch to my lap. All right, That's just cutting the applique, and I'll be right back. All right, I cut most of it. I had to switch to my lap. It's very difficult to do it on this table, but I wanted to show you what I do. If I see that I didn't get close enough, I kind of just lift it with my finger just a little bit, and then I take the scissors and I just go back around it. Because if you don't get close enough, when you do that satin stitch around and you have a thread peeping out, it's because you didn't get close enough. So that's just a little trick I do. I just lift it a little bit so it's away from the background, my main fabric, and I just go back around. All right, I'm going to do my tape trick where I take tape and lift that up, or you can just take a lint roller to get some of that out of the way. All right, on to the next step. All right, if you notice that the next step is if you look at it, this is the satin stitch. It's very thick. Let me just show you, and I'm gonna, okay, good, I got on to point it. I'm gonna go back. This first step, that is just your placement stitch. The second step, if you notice the line is a little darker, that's to tack down your applique. That's very light. Then that's very dark, and then this is thick. That's going to be your satin stitch. And then you could do your wording before you do all this, but I didn't put that in the brilliance like that, so I could skip, but I'm not going to, and it's going to do those three. So let me go to number 3. This is a satin stitch. Here we go. The satin stitch is 4 minutes, so I will let it run for a second, and then I may speed it up in the video. The whole patch is 8 minutes. Now there are some patches that take a long time, depending on how many colors and thread changes you need to do, but this one's very quick. So I just wanted to show you how to use your shapes you purchase in the group for other things other than just putting it on those hats that we get. All right, letting it run. Now I'm going to do my logo, and that's going to take 1 minute each. It's going to do my top name, and then it's going to do my middle name. It's finished, and we will need to take it off and do a couple things. We need to cut these stitches here, clean it up, and we're going to need to applique it around after we put heat and bud light on it. So I'm going to show you those pieces now. So you're just going to take your seam ripper, and if you have any stitches that you need to clean up, you just do that. All right. And then we're gonna have to clean it up. I'm gonna have to turn the iron back on. You're gonna take your heat gun light and clean up your stitches. I just like to clean them up. You don't have to, just think it looks a little bit cleaner. And then we're gonna take this rough side and we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna iron it on. All right, I'm gonna take my completed item, the embroidery part, and I'm going to turn it over. Remember the rough side, flip it over. And I'm going to take my iron, and I normally leave it on cotton, so that's what I have it on. And I'm just going to rub it across. This gray thing I learned about in my bag making class, group rather. And I don't know what it's called, but it holds a lot of heat. And so that's what I iron on. And the bag video is ready. I just need to upload it as well, but I'm gonna do the patch one first. All right, so I'm gonna take iron and I'm just gonna, some people cover it. You can, but you don't have to. Now, if it was white, I probably would. If you're doing a white patch, make sure nothing gets on it. This is black. And what I do is just kind of rub it over it a few times. Quick little rubs. And then I let it cool off for a second. If you do t-shirts like I do, you know that if you do the vinyl on the shirt, you got to give it a second. If you immediately start pulling, the vinyl sometimes pulls with it. So I want it to adhere. I'm going to give it a second. And then when I go to pull, see? Now, had I tried to do that earlier and before, like immediately afterwards, it would have started peeling with it. Now what you're going to do is go really close to your satin stitches, but try not to cut your satin stitches. And this is why it's important that your main fabric piece that you hooped is the same color as your satin stitches, because it will blend in better. When you have different colors, it will not blend in as well. You can see it. So I can get really close, but not cut those stitches, and it's going to blend in because the background is black itself. And so you just cut all the way around. Like so. And I'll come back with the final once I clean up the front of it as well. All right, I'll be back. Show you the final. All right, stitches are cut. Some people take a lighter like this and just go around the edges. And then some people do one or the other. I'm doing both. Just take your ray check, put a little bit around the edges. And there we go. There's a patch. And that's what it looks like on the back. And someone could sew that on, or they could iron it on. It's either or. Hope that helps.